Alright guys, so in this video we'll be addressing the new leaked images of the new sub-brand, and then also deliveries, what's going on with deliveries, and then also the most recent promos that NIO is doing here in China to boost deliveries, and what's going to happen to the stock price. First of all, we got leaked images. Here they are. Wow, I gotta say the front of the car looks absolutely fantastic. The back of the car looks alright. I like it as well. Now, what do you guys think? I mean, the proportion's bigger than the Model Y, and this is going to be cheaper than the Model Y and can do battery swap. We'll talk more about how this car is going to sell. But one thing I want to note, the name Onvo with that N. If you watch my videos, I've talked about this a couple times in the past, and we were correct with the English name. The Chinese name, apparently I was wrong. So we thought, right, the Chinese name was going to be Xiangxiang, which is like imagination, which is a very good name. But apparently on these leaked images, the Chinese name is Le Dao. So translation, direct translation, happy road. And I guess it also sounds quite, it sounds all right. It sounds all right. Sort of sounds like Lego here in China, Le Gao. So I'm not sure if, they've gotten the Chinese name there. But Onvo, the English name Onvo seems all right. And, we were all right with that as well. Okay, so moving on. Deliveries. Last week, NIO only delivered 2,000 vehicles. And a lot of you guys were like, Jesus Christ, only 2,000 vehicles? What are their excuses now? COVID? Lockdown? There ain't COVID. There's no more lockdown. What's their excuse now? And yes, exactly. Deliveries now lower than they were last year in March. Last year, they did sort of a fire sale of the existing first-gen NIOs, and they sold it in bulk, essentially. And that was able to boost deliveries up quite a lot. But if you had to come up with an excuse, I guess the excuse would be the people are still waiting for the 2024 variant. They probably ordered the car, but it's not there yet. It's not in their hands, even though they started deliveries of those. So it's also a transition phase. So deliveries, I do expect deliveries to pick up quite a bit in the next few weeks once things get rolling, all right? Once things get rolling. And also the incentives are just absolutely crazy, all right? So no excuses for bad deliveries, all right? Bad deliveries, yeah. And I think the 2024 variant is going to offer a good temporary boost, but overall it's going to be down to incentives. So let's talk about the incentives. Different areas have different incentives, but I got the incentives for Shanghai. And Shanghai is, of course, NIO's biggest market. They sell around like 40% of the cars there. And in the surrounding areas around Shanghai, they sell like most of the cars there. All right, so this is some crazy ass stuff. All right, so first of all, Shanghai, if you're in the Jiading district, you get a 6,000 RMB subsidy. All right, very cool. And then you also get a free NIO phone worth 6,488 RMB, and plus 5,000 RMB of free options. So you can choose stuff like Nomi, better rims and stuff. So you can choose 5,000 of that for free. You get 36 swap vouchers. That is 6 more than what they were giving last year. So they're going pretty ham on this, all right? And then plus 500 RMB gift card to be used at JD.com, which is essentially like Amazon.com, Amazon of China. And JD is also a founding investor in NIO, and JD also handles the logistics. So they're very good partners. So that's crazy. And then not only that, all right, if you get a auto loan worth at least 180,000 from the Construction Bank of China, you also get a 4,800 RMB charger, NIO's DC charger. You get that as well. So holy crap. And this is 2024 variant, mind you. So they got the best, the latest that NIO has to offer, and you're getting all these incentives. So without a doubt, these incentives are crazy, all right? They're much better than what the incentives were last year. And a lot of sales reps last year, they said they were waiting for spring for incentives to come, and here they finally are. Now, different cities have different incentives, but overall, you get a free NIO phone, guys. Even if you don't want the NIO phone, you can sell it, but people should absolutely keep it, use it as a secondary key for the car, and it's absolutely fantastic. You got so many features with it. Now, what's going to happen with the stock price? Well, I hope you guys are ready for the stock to 100x to go to $650 per share. But I know you guys are ready for that. I'm ready for that as well. But also be ready for the long wait until the sub-brand car comes out. And that long wait could mean that NIO Stock might have further room to fall without the boost in deliveries that the sub-brand will bring. Now, the sub-brand, the design being leaked right now, definitely not a good thing. It's definitely something that NIO wanted to keep secret, of course. The design of something, if it gets all the trendiness now, when they launch the car, are people still gonna be surprised by it? So definitely not a good thing for NIO. There's still such a long wait until it gets delivered in Q4 of this year. And mind you, NIO doesn't have any new cars on the NIO brand for the rest of this year. So it's all going to be existing 2024 variants of the car, and deliveries, even though 2024 variant is going to bring a slight boost in March, I believe so. But afterwards, I believe with the price war that's going on, it's going to get quite tough. And these incentives that you're seeing, it's quite crazy, but NIO's probably going to have to even strengthen this even more and offer even more incentives. And even so, consumers, with the economy and everything, it's going to be very, very difficult. People's budgets are being constrained. So be prepared for a temporary boost in deliveries with the 2024 variant, but afterwards, throughout the summer, we don't have any good catalyst to boost the deliveries of the car. BAS policy change is happening tomorrow, that's for sure. Going to lower the price of BAS, so that's going to be pretty nice. Also boost deliveries, but it's going to be pretty much temporary as well. And until the sub-brand comes out, that's when we're going to see a massive jump in deliveries. Twofold, threefold, fourfold jump in deliveries. Now, the design of the sub-brand, I think it looks fantastic, right? And guys, remember this. All that really matters is the fact that it can battery swap and that it's cheap. And its starting price, 200k RMB for a car that can swap, battery swap, and use NIO's swap ecosystem. Mind you, the biggest surprise factor could be that this car might also be able to do BAS. And if that car can also do BAS at a starting price of 200k RMB, and you're able to rent the battery and maybe subtract 70k RMB off the price of the car at 130k RMB for the price of the car, that is absolute bargain. That is just a price level that anybody can afford. All right. So I think this is going to be the big shocker for everybody, that if the sub-brand can also do BAS, rent the battery instead of buying it, it is going to flip the table and kill everyone. And the CEO has also confirmed that next year the sub-brand is going to come out. So maybe the sub-brand is going to be called 想象 imagination. And that's going to be the 100k to 200k RMB range. And maybe with BAS, that's going to lower it down by quite a lot. So definitely, we got mass market and mass market cars coming out at the end of this year and next year. And that's going to just absolutely boost NIO's deliveries. And that's going to send the stock price soaring. But for now, until that happens, deliveries might struggle. We're going to get a temporary boost, but then it's going to struggle. So just be prepared for that, all right? Let me know what you think about the sub-brand car design. The front, does it look too much like a Polestar or IM car? The back, does it look good to you? Let me know in the comments. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.